Welcome back to JoJo's Hobby House, everyone. We're here with Leroy, who topped the most recent Oceanic event. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Leroy. Top 32 at the Oceanics that we just had in New Zealand. It was a really good event.
Yes.
It was pretty intense event. Like lots of people playing the same sort of things. Pretty strict time rules, of course. So a lot of decks were sort of built for that, and it was an interesting event, I would say. But I had a good time. Glad that I was able to scrape through in 30 seconds. And I played Flight Adventure with a bunch of cute cards. So yeah, played it sort of how I wanted to play it, and yeah, did well. Went to X2-1, so I lost twice and then got a draw. Yeah, over 9 rounds. So yeah.
All right, and we'll get into the deck profile now.
So I started with 3 Slight Blue, of course, 3 Jet, and the red. Those are the only splites I played. I didn't play Carrot, I didn't play Pixies. I played 42, and I played the adventure stuff with the swap, so it made it a little bit tight. But I still wanted to play the red for the monster negate. But I considered putting Pixies in last minute, but didn't end up doing that. For the adventure stuff, just the 3 Water Girl, of course, plus the Griffin. And then you have the 2 right, so I put the right down to 2 just because it was the one I wanted to see. As weird as it sounds, the one I wanted to see the least of. When I already had it, I didn't need another one because I can search Water Girl off the Fateful Adventure. And then I can add the right from the graveyard as well. So I don't need to keep adding it from deck. I don't need to see multiple copies, and it can be recycled. So with that, I wasn't unhappy that I was playing just the 2. It worked out well. And Water Girl's really good at 3 because she makes area, and she continues extending into these boards. So and then the Draco back, of course. So that's the brave stuff. I played 3 Swap Frog and then 1 Ronin. I didn't play the Dupe Frog because I just didn't think the card was very good. It was on the chopping block because I needed to make thin my deck a little bit. So took that out. I was playing 2 red and the Carrot, and I cut that as well. So that I was not unhappy with that either. It was good. You don't need that many frogs, honestly. You don't need to summon off the Toad either because you put yourself in super poly range. So yeah. I played some hand traps, so I played 3 Ash, and then I played 2 DD Crow. I also played 3 Impermanence, which obviously is a hand trap, but I wanted to have access to things that would be impactful going second. I think that DD Crow is one of the better ones because it hits the Teal Elements, it hits the Ronin Tonin, and it can have niche interactions with some of the other decks like Dragon Link and a couple of the other strategies. So DD Crow is really good. Ash is just hits every deck. You can't go wrong with the Ash, of course. And then Imperm, for when you go second, you hit Gigantic, you hit you can hit Kalos, etc. So really, really impactful card. And yeah, just played those. And yeah, I was happy with that ratio too. For spells, I did play 3 starter, of course. No explanation needed. Played 3 Prosperity. Shout out to JoJo for lending me these. These cards are insane. 42 with the amount of deck thinning that I do. Prosperity usually hits something insane. So I am happy with playing this. I was glad I had access to it. And just can fix hands if you pros for 6. And you just dig and you hit something eventually. The chances of you missing is pretty low. And sometimes you set up your whole board and then you just pros for 3 at the end, and you can just grab a goodie like an Ash or maybe just another hand trap or another interaction. So it is good. I did play the 3 Crossout as well. Shout out to Joel for getting me on this last minute. I was losing to Dark Ruler a lot when I was playing this deck at locals. And I was getting annoyed because I was how do I deal with this, And Joel suggested I play this because I can prosp into it, I can open it, and it is really good in the mirror as well because you hit a bunch of cards that you share with it. So smashes, I crossed out a smashes, I crossed out a right, crossed out a imperm, like just a bunch of things. It's not just like D-roll or right. So really good to have. Easy to side out if you're playing against a deck that it's not very impactful against, or you're going second. So really happy I played it. It saved me like multiple times over the event, so really glad. I played a couple of this is the other tech card I was playing, Enemy Controller. I really liked this card. It was just really good to have this as an interaction. Sometimes it just completely ends a swipe board's turn. Like summon a 2, you just econ it and that ends, or you can econ a kick Kalos when they summon it and they add before they can do the thing. So it can really disrupt. It's good to if your opponent is playing Splight and they summon an XC monster and they want to attack, you can switch it to defense and then they don't get Zeus, at start a battle. So really good. So I'm glad I played that. A couple of one-offs here. I played a call by, of course, D-Ruler for the cross-out target in the main Smasher, great card, and then mine. So mine was just because, mainly because I didn't want to lose to it, so I wanted to have it for cross-out as well, but also because it's not bad to open and just slap into a board if you go second. Obviously, it's easy enough to get rid of, so don't have to worry about it. I only played the one, so I usually sided it out though. Of course, if I was going first or the deck wasn't like super necessary for me to use this, so that was that.
Before we move on to the extra deck or side deck, what was the MVP of your main deck?
MVP of my main deck. Honestly, I would say probably Crossout, to be honest. When I saw this card, it just did something really impactful. Like, again, cross-outing the smashes when your opponent doesn't expect it, cross-outing Dark Ruler, hitting a bunch of cards that... It's essentially like a called by, but also on spells and other cards. So really good. I would say that would be the MVP for sure. Glad I put it in last minute. We'll move on to the extra deck. So I played 2 Gigantic, 2 Elf. For the Exceeds, I did play the Toad, I played the Cav, played Zeus, and the Downerd. So didn't need the 3rd Elf, didn't need the 3rd Gigantic, didn't need any of the other Exceeds. I did consider putting Soul Sweeper in, the one that like banishes a card from your opponent's field till the end of their turn. It was like my 16th or 17th card, so I didn't end up putting it in. So that, I was happy with that little one up there. As for the other links I played the Underworld Goddess, which came up actually against in my top 32. I was able to link into this, and it was really good. You can IP into it, steal an opponent's monster, and then its effects are actually really good. So happy I played this. Played the Access because I like to go for game. I played a bunch of cards that enabled that, so wanted to have access to Access. Did that. I played Phoenix and I played Unicorn. Good to have. I think this was a last minute ad. I was playing Almirage. I wasn't sure if I wanted to play Almirage or another 2, like the Soul Sweeper, but I decided that there would be a bit of back row and maybe people would be siding some weird cards, so it's good to have this. You can, out some floodgates, so good to have it. Unicorn, obviously, you'd IP into it, so it's not really something that I was thinking of cutting, so it's good. And then I played the IP for the you make at the end of your combo, the Dark Charmer, and then the Area. Area was actually super strong. I found that being able to areaing, like you just steal the Swap Frog, you can take the Reinhardt, you can take Ronin, make Gigantic off it. It's really strong. If you just have like mid to late game, if you're on low resources, you can summon back a Ronin, and then summon like a Water Girl that you've added off like the Fateful, make the water, and then revive one of their frogs, and then make Gigantic. So really good. And yeah, that was the extra deck.
MVP
Area for sure. Beautiful. All right, for the side deck, I played 3 Nibiru. In hindsight, the amount of tier I versed, I probably would have mained this, but it kind of conflicts a little bit in some instances, and it's not great to open. I did have one in the main previously when I had cross out, but I felt like people weren't maining this a lot, so I didn't really feel the need to have it in my list going first, or in my main rather, so I just sided it. But I found I put it in a lot because it's really good. Double evenly, good card. Obviously, don't need to explain that. It's just, yeah, helps clear boards, can be a blowout. A pointer, that was my one go first card that I was, you need a blowout going first if you post side, be it judgment or, a floodgate. This one, having perfect knowledge of your opponent's hand is just really insane. Being able to just read their entire hand and know what to negate, take a key part of the hand out, and then usually that is enough for you to win. So, great card. The other 2 Dark Ruler, so I mained the one. Played 2 Lightning Storm. I wanted to have some spell trap removal. Obviously, with the Brave stuff, I have the Bounce in Drekkaback and I have Smasher. So it's a bit easier to deal with some back row like mine and a couple other things that might be a bit tricky for the deck to, like a pure deck to deal with. So didn't really feel the need to load up on a lot of this, but it was good to have. And I did side this. I played the second Smasher because sometimes, you just need that extra bit of removal. Nice to see it in your opening hand so you can search starter and you have something else to fall back on there. Mid to late game, it can be good having the second copy as well. And then I played these. Don't really need to explain why. Obviously,
Can you though?
I can. Well, this is my favorite hand trap. Personally, I love this card, and it's not very relevant in a lot of local settings, obviously. And it's just I usually put this card in when I'm playing like a really big event, like a regional or maybe a 500 or something. I think it's actually really good personally, but people don't agree with me, so that's okay.
What's a 500?
500 we have at Good Games in Brisbane. Every now and then they'll run a 500, where the prize pool is $500, spread over the top cut. So it gives an incentive to grind and do well. They're usually bigger events, so exciting to come out and play those. And then Resonator. I played both. The reason I played both was I figured if I was going second, this is just easy to draw, which I did draw it once and it was really good. Resonator, sometimes you don't have enough time to get to it or you can't resolve Gigantic to summon it. So going first, obviously you have it. Going second, you obviously have these. So I was anticipating both because I felt like tier limits were taking a long time to do their turns. The games were going on for a little while. It's good to have access to them. Obviously that's the reasoning for them. So that is the deck profile though.
I noticed you had quite a few high rarity cards in the deck. If you were to give the deck you took to Oceanics an estimate, how much money did you have on the table?
I'm not sure. I did borrow a Zeus and 2 Lightning Storm off of Rogan, but I guess these and the Brave stuff is all collector's rare. So it's probably maybe 6,000-7,000, I think. I don't know. I didn't really think about that, but these are pretty expensive.
Was that a strategy to put your opponent on tilt? Because if I saw 7,000 across the table from me, I'll be on tilt.
Nah, some of the lighting you didn't really see the collectors for sure, or any of this, but I just like playing nice cards, really. I just think they're really pretty, and I love the Charmers. I love being able to use this stuff, so it's nice. We haven't been able to play events for a long time, so stuff can't sit in a binder forever. You want to play with it. So really happy with this weekend. Top 32 finish. Lost to Dino in top 32, who won the event. So can't be too sad about that. And got this lovely Mad, and so really happy with it. Shout outs to Team Jojo. Shout outs to the boys and all the support I got over the last few weeks in theory crafting and doing this deck. So really happy with my result.
Congratulations on the top 32, and sounds like you lost to the winner, so that's technically 17th place, I think.
I suppose it is.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks for the video.
Thank you.